Hey guys, Coach Kimmy here. So today we're going to do lovely, beautiful Amy. So Amy has some awesome, cute little highlights that she wants to do. Now we already did this. Like how long ago are you thinking?
It was December 4th.
See, she's an analytical one. She knows already the date. I definitely don't remember. I just knew it was a couple months ago. So it grew out about that much. But now she has something fun and new to do, similar, but really cool. And this is the other thing I want to show you. We did Peekaboo highlights too. So they were underneath. How cool is that? I love that. I thought that was cool. And she wanted them chunky. You don't really do your hair too much, do you? Mm-hmm. So tell me about your hair and what you want to do.
So I found some pictures on Pinterest. Pinterest is your best friend. And I saw one that was like kind of similar to what I have now. But one has a middle part and one has bangs. I was like, oh, I'm feeling fun and exciting today. Maybe bangs would be like, a good thing to switch it up. However, I don't know. I feel a little indifferent about it.
Yeah, so with bangs, okay, let me show you. Right here, she's got a nice little calic. This little baby wants to just go its own way, right? Remember I told you before that when you put weight on that calic, it will stay down. If we tried to go in the middle, she'll be fighting this hair. I feel like this hair might not be so easy because this baby's gonna kind of stick up. She's gonna be fighting her hair. And do you want to work on your hair?
No.
So tell me how much work you want to do to your hair.
Like the absolute bare minimum.
Yeah. So that's called keep natural part. Just saying. Keep your natural part if you don't want to work at your hair. But she's got really beautiful hair. She's got like just a soft, beautiful wave in there that I love. So what do? Just take a shower, wash it dry, condition?
Shampoo, condition, then I just, let it dry, air dry, and then I brush it if it like looks like it needs to be brushed.
Beautiful, beautiful hair, natural. So let's see what you want to do then.
So,
yep, you could. Okay. You could show the.
So this was the first inspo picture. See, this is the one with the middle part. Again, like it's a little similar to what I have now, but shorter, chunkier highlights.
Cute.
Middle part, and then
okay, the next one.
The second one.
Oh.
Again, kind of similar, but this one has bangs, which I also thought was cute. But again, the cowlick kind of doesn't work with that.
Well, I mean,
not that it doesn't work.
You listen. The cowlick could work because even when you do bangs, you can have a cowlick for sure. However, bangs are work. You got to make sure you're doing them, and they grow so fast. So that's the thing that you don't want to do, right?
More upkeep than I'm willing to put into it.
Right. So we're going to keep her here, and we're going to do. So which one do you think more? They're very similar.
I think this one more.
We're going to go with this one.
It's similar because I do have the side part, and I wouldn't be having to change like the structure of like the frame of my face. So
yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, and her layers right here. Now she doesn't want to do this length, so we're just gonna like make a beautiful pattern. That's what I want to show you guys now too. So this is a sheet that I love for anybody that's new to hairstyling, how to make patterns. Patterns are so important when you're highlighting hair. I have, it's basically, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna do a baby light? Are we going to do big baby lights? Are we going to do a highlight? Are we going to do a 5-piece chunk? Are we going to do a 4-piece chunk highlight? Or a 3-piece? See how it gets chunkier? Or a 2-piece? Or a slice is one straight line. Now this is so important to learn and know when you do something what it looks like. If you want more dimension, then you need to be able to add more space in there and have more lines. You need more slices. So here we go. This is a front crown, right? So I have a little highlight and then a 4-piece and then a slice. And I show you exactly how I did it. Okay, so I could do 4 right there, 2 on the side, but it's always good to know what you do and then what it looks like. So for this girl's hair, my instinct instantly goes to like, she probably has like 4 on the side, 4 on the side, and probably like maybe 4 or 5 on the top. Let me just see that picture again. So you're always using your imagination. What is the pattern? What is it going to look like? Okay, so let me show you here. It's like straight color right there. So you know those are slices. And then she just has a tiny bit of dimension in that side. So I would say maybe 3 pieces next to it. Yeah, and that's what we're gonna do. So she's close because we did do her front the last time, but I'm maybe gonna add one more, and I'm not gonna do it straight to her root, but close enough to it. And then I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna just turn your head, and then we'll do some nice pieces here so that it will look like that picture. So patterns are so effective and so important. And then when you do whole heads, you want to figure out, are you doing vertical? Are you doing horizontal? Are you going to do brick? We don't have to worry about that for Amy because we're just going to do her hairline. And we call it a lucky 7. You could do all different kinds of things, whatever you want, but it's good to know. All right, guys, so stay tuned. We're going to get ready. So she's in between a 6 and a 7. So I don't need a ton to lift her. I really want to lift her to really like an icy blonde. So we're going to go to a 9-10 to lift her up. So it's really only a couple levels, which is nice, right? Because sometimes people have this color hair and they want all the way there. However, what's behind those colors? Warm, just saying. So you really got to know, what level am I working with and where's she at? And she was like perfectly. She was closer to a 7 with a little bit of 6, so it's only 2 to 3 shades. Awesome, easy peasy. So now I want to tell you about lighteners. All right, so two-toe, I don't know what's in here, but there's magic in this, that it is the fastest lightening agent that we love. Like, so when people have really dark hair, this is the one that we go to because it just lifts up so fast and it's still healthy for the hair. We use our most magical secret, shh, don't tell anybody, all right? Castor oil, listen, it says supports strong, fuller looking hair, lashes, and brows. I'm gonna tell you, I also use it on my face, just telling you that this is the old remedy, but is so good. I put it in the lightener, I make it so it makes the hair feel fabulous and fantastic. So it's one of my greatest secrets. So just start using it. You're gonna see the hair come out absolutely gorgeous. So that's one of my favorite. I love castor oil. And you know what else I want to tell you? I had went to this wonderful hair class and the lady talked and showed about 50 different color lines and which was the most expensive. And guess what the #1 ingredient was in that color? This. And it was the most expensive color. So just saying. All right, so Blondor is your basic average. Great, it just is, it mixes really good, it's super simple, and everybody, it's a go-to. It's just easy, it lightens just enough, like for her hair, Amy's, it's perfect. And the other one that I really love is Free Lights. Now listen, they're different brands, but it doesn't matter. You use what works. That's what matters the most. This is a clay lightener. This is so good because it's so moisturizing. It's so good. So I mix them together. So I want to show you how I mix them. I'm going to use just a touch. Now I'm going to put my castor oil in there. See that? And it makes it even nicer. But you don't want it falling off the brush. It needs to be thick enough. If it's too runny, it's going to bleed on the foils and you'll get spots. So if you ever wonder if you have cheetah spots, it's because the lightener's too runny. This is perfect. It's like it'll stay on that foil really nice. It'll flow. So that's what I love. My favorite. There's 4 questions you're always going to ask. Where are you? Right? So Amy's a number 7. Right in between a 6 and a 7. Okay, where do you want to go? All right, now she wants to go to an icy blonde, to probably like a 10. And then, are you enhancing or neutralizing? You need to ask those questions. Or are you lifting or are you deepening, right? So we're lifting, we need volume, peroxide, because we're lifting. And are we going to deposit anything? We'll deposit tone after, depending on what level we get her. But for the most part, you really want to focus on getting the lightener the right color so that you barely have to use any toners. You know, you could just seal up that cuticle with a pH balance shampoo and conditioner as well. But I really am not a big toner. It depends on what it is, but for the most part, I lighten it perfect 90% of the time, and that's what you can do. But again, you use that insurance. What's your insurance? This is your insurance. Castor oil, honey, this will help that hair stay so healthy and get you to the levels that you want. So here's your magic sauce. Ancient Chinese secret. Let me tell you, I love it. So always ask these questions. Now I want to show you how I set my team up for success and myself. Make your life so much easier by putting, see how I put the colors and then I put the swatches there so that you can see the swatches, and especially your team, right? When you're doing hair and everybody's busy and things are going on, look at, this is how we did this over here. We set it all up. So when we know somebody's wanting to cut warmth, you're looking right away, you're going here or here to cut warmth, right? If you want warmth, you're going here or here or here. So I love that you set people up for success, right? And I look at Davines. We did Davines over here. Now, one more thing that I did was I also put the levels, like what's in them, right? What's in neutral and natural has all three primary colors. And I always say strawberries, bananas, and blueberries. This way you memorize it. Red, blue, yellow, right? But you'll never forget if you just go strawberries, bananas, and blueberries. Those are your three primary colors that you'll make every other color in life with. It's limitless, but those are your three, and they together will be a neutral. That's why when you do color, a 7-0, 0 is neutral. So just so you know, these are really important. The girls know, and they love them. When I don't have them up, they get upset because they're like, where did they go? Because they look and see what tone of what number these are on the second part of the color. See how this one's 0? 10-0, that's neutral. I know right away. If there's a 10-3, I know right away. 10-3, 5, right? This is a 4, I'm sorry, 4, and then you're looking 3, 5. There's gold, and then there's purple and red in here. See, it's so good to know the tones that are in your colors. So this way you become an expert at what you know. All right, guys, remember, where are you at? And don't forget, there's always warmth behind the colors from going black all the way to blonde. And so we have a 1 to a 10. All right, so she's right in that middle. She's perfectly in between these two right here. So just want to show you that. Okay, and we'll get started. So the other thing is, like, I want to think, like, how much do I want of that hair, right? You're thinking about the picture that she showed me. You're seeing what her natural parts are. So I'm thinking, like, I do a soft one here. I'm going to do more of like slices here, but I want this one to be super soft. So I'm going to like take it and I really want to lift this one out. I want this one to be it. So now I'm going to take this and make it even softer. Yeah, I want this piece right here. Now, why am I doing that? Because I don't want a stark line. And this is just adding because I already have the other pieces in the front. Now I'm going to take that little piece out. Right now I got to put it back. Now I have a nice straight line here. Now I want to do this and always look at where it's going to land. Like, I want that thicker right there, so that's perfect. Go right to the, you don't have to go right to the hairline because she doesn't want it right directly to the hairline where it's in the front, so we're going a little less. Just make sure you do it thin enough so it's all the way through. Okay, now I'm going to do another one right here. Now you see her bangs are there now because you see the last one I did. So I'm going to try to see if I could find that pattern. Or something close to it. Yeah, that looks good. Now this is going to be a little trickier because you're going to go down. I'm not going straight up, but I'm going close to it, close to the root. Now I'm going to like do it right to where her other blonde is. But like this piece doesn't have it, so I need to do this whole piece. This piece over here, I need to do the whole little piece. That's it. You don't touch the other blonde. She's already a good blonde. Don't retouch blonde, because what happens if it's blonde enough and you're putting that 30 volume on, you're gonna destroy that hair. So don't do that. I'm gonna pull that out of the way. Now I wanna do another slice. I already did that same slice than the last time. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then you're gonna not do it right to the root, because remember, she doesn't want it right to the root. Now I'm just touching this and getting that out of the way. And you can put conditioner on if you needed to, just saying. Okay, and I'm just going to do this last piece too, and I'm going to do this a baby light. Okay, now I'm going to turn her to the side, and I'm going to look like how much do I want in that front. And remember the picture, you're always using your imagination. So I want a pretty strong line right here. So I'm just going to do a straight slice. She's got little baby pieces here too. It's called something, I forgot what it's called, but listen, pull this out and then put the foil there. Don't put it directly at the root. I'm not going to go directly to her root exactly. I want a little bit, I want like a ½ an inch. Just make sure you're really lifting it, getting it saturated. And this is going to be like a strong light around her whole hairline. Lightness. And then I'm going to do this one a weave. I have the nice strong block there. That one I went a little closer to her root. I never like to just do the same exact pattern, but I do have to do the same exact pattern on both sides. But I like to make it very natural looking. When you see a little kid and they got kissed by the sun, their hair is just so natural. It's not like a system. This one I'm going to do straight. I really don't want a lot of dimension in here. Now I'm not going to go straight because this is a straight color, so I'm not going to go directly to the root. Okay. Now here's her baby hairs. I want to leave this one out just so she has a little softness in there. It doesn't look, I don't want it to be stripy. Now I'm gonna just do a baby light here. Okay, so we have a slice, like medium weave, a slice, and a baby weave. And I have just a little hair inside. You could take this and tease this piece and just kind of grab her ends and maybe just do a little lightness on her ends, but it'll leave the root, which I'm just going to do a little right here. It's called tipping. Good. All right, now we're going to do her other side. Remember, do a slice and look at it. Do a slice, do a weave, and then another slice. Do you have enough hair there? So do a little closer with this slice, a little less. Now do that little weave. And just match the other side. Gonna take a little piece out. I'm going to do that slice. And now I'm going to weave it. Just look at the other side. Yep, that was nice, perfect. So I want to look at it. You're looking at it thinking, right, you see that? It doesn't fit into where her part was, but we're going to do that. And she has a little piece left out over here, so I'm going to just leave a little tiny piece out over here too. But I'm going to take a slice right here. And then we'll do her haircut after, so I'll show you guys. She's not going to do a ton, but we're going to put layers in it, make it funner. And the only thing I have to do too on this other side is take that little piece and tip it. Remember I did it on the other side? And you know, you might not have to either, just because it's going to feel like a little bit more hair, because these extra pieces are being done. So you're always wanting to find balance when you're highlighting, when you're doing anything. Balance, balance, balance is the way to go with hair, not perfection, balance. Alrighty, so this is going to be good. And let me just see that one piece. If I want to do this, but I don't want to do that because it's not enough, and you just always balance it. So I'll show you what it's going to look like after. And I'm looking like, this is her thinner side, this is her thicker side, but these pieces are coming down, so I feel like it'll really balance it out well. Yeah. Always look at where you did it too. Yeah, I think that'll be perfect. All right, now we're gonna sit and we're gonna wait for Amy's color to take now. We just started the front, right? Our first piece. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like right now. You look at it and then you make your timing. So that looks nice, right? So now we're gonna time it. We're gonna set a timer. And it's 30 volume. So I would say we're gonna check her in 15. So here we go, we're gonna check it, that we want the perfect blonde, right? She wants an icy blonde. That's pretty good, right? But it still has too much yellow. So look it, you wanna get a little tiny thing of the banana, right? You want the inside of the banana or the outside of the banana? You don't want the outside of the banana on your head. So that is getting very close, right? But this was the first foil I did. So I know that that one will be quicker. I want to look at maybe the third foil that I did. Okay, that looks good. Now look at, you also want a real banana to know that's the color blonde that you're looking for. You don't want the yellow, but she's getting closer. See, because see that nice blonde on there? There you go. You want the inside of the banana. It's the best blonde to get, the inside of that banana. That's what you're looking for. Get it in a visualization, visualize it, and see when you get that color, that's when you take it off. If you see any yellow, don't take it out yet. She's not ready just yet, but soon. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love that color. You see how nice that color looks? It's like perfect. Yeah. Beautiful. That looks so, so good. Inside of a banana. Creamy and bright. That's what you're looking for. Okay, we're gonna rinse her out. Here we go. All right, so this is important. Now, when I do this, I wanna take this blonde and I'm gonna run it through the rest of the hair that has old blonde on it. I just wanna brighten it up a little bit more. Okay, and I'm running it all the way through. Even though I didn't have that highlighted, I'm doing it now. So even here, I'll show you wherever her ends were left out, I'm just gonna pull it all the way through. You're just gonna run it through. A lot of times that'll blend it. Let's just say you didn't do her ends, but this will help it blend when you need to touch some of those ends because you couldn't, because of course you're not going to let it sit on that long if she was blonde already, but it'll just brighten up pieces if there's some other pieces in there that weren't highlighted. And you could wear gloves. My fingers are not burning yet, just so you know. Okay, now we're ready. Super excited. Now you need to tell them what you're doing. I'm using Momo shampoo because I want to put moisture in that hair because you have that little bit of a natural wave, and it's by Davines. And I just love, love, love moisture because it will weigh down your frizz, right? Because you have that little bit of a hair that would like to frizz. I feel like this will be the best shampoo for your hair. Make sure you get all that lightener out. Get it to the ends. Make sure you're getting all those ends. Get those ends. Don't leave out the ends. Now I want to put a really good Momo conditioner in her because that will seal everything too. And I could put a toner on her, which I might really quick. So this is something really important that I want you to know. If that is like a slight yellow piece of paper and you put anything with a blue base toner in there, what color is it going to turn? Green. Do not do that. You do not want it green. So make sure you do a violet toner if you're going to do a toner, right? Because we want to make it a little more icy. Just a little. She doesn't need a lot. Now what is conditioner doing? Conditioner is bringing back the pH in her hair. Do you understand? So I want the pH back in her hair so it like seals that hair and it stays healthy before I tone it. She's definitely at a level 10. So now I could use a toner with a level 10. And if I want to make it a little cooler, I could use even a level 9 to put on there. But I like it bright, so I'm going to stick with a 10. Now remember, she's the inside of a banana, which is like a white sheet of paper. It's not fully white, but it's close to white. It's like a manila color, right? So if I put violet on yellow, it makes it like a beautiful neutral. It's going to make it more icy. Okay, so here we go. We would do a level 10. I could actually mix the 9 and 10, but you see that violet? You don't want to use a blue base because if blue and yellow make green. So always remember that. There's people throughout my time that would come in and say, oh my God, that last hairdresser made my highlights green. Well, that's why, because they use something with a blue toner. Use violet or neutral to stay in the safe zone, just so you know. And, or I could use a little tiny bit of this violet frost, but it's a level 8. See that 08 VB? Shades EQ. Now this is more of a gloss. You know, it's not permanent. It will wash out, where I really want a little bit of a more permanent color. So I'm going to use the 9 and 10. And then we're going to put it on and we'll leave it on for just a couple minutes. It's going to grab on there quickly. It'll be beautiful icy blonde. Stay tuned.
Okay.
All right, just so you know, peroxide is peroxide too. I mix and match everything because it depends on what I want. And I just want this permanent color. That's just a little bit. Remember, I'm just doing her front of the 9, but then I'm going to do the 10L, which has the violet in there. I'm going to do a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to use 6 volume. I only want 6% because I only want it to deposit. What am I doing? I'm depositing. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to do double the amount of that. Now that's permanent color, right? So 6 volume, it'll grab so nice and quick. And I'm going to put my magic sauce in there. You know, this is my magic secret. Organics, it's for beautiful conditioning oil, supports beautiful fuller looking hair, lashes, and brows. It is so good to use in your formulas. Keeps the hair excellent. Just mix that up. Because I want this toner to stay. I don't want it to wash out. And you know, if you need to make it a little less than 5 volume, you could always put even like conditioner in there, which I like to do too, but that's why I use a little bit more of my castor oil. You could buy a big gallon of that too. It works great, and we just keep refilling it. Okay, now, the other thing you guys are going to ask me is the ammonia, right? Will it shift her base? No, because I'm just going to be putting it on her blonde pieces, just so you know. So I want you to watch me clearly how we're going to do this. You're going to go from mid to ends, and it's not going to be long. You're not leaving this on long. And you're not putting it directly on the root. You're just wanting to tone it just enough to make it more icy. Then you got it over here. And you know, you're always better to be more cautious than not, like where, you know, I could maybe do more the next time. You know, you say 3 times. 3 times you ask somebody, let's you know, we'll see how many highlights we gave you to see, was it enough around her face? Was it as much as like the girl that she had showed me? And if not, you just do more the next time. All right, guys, so now we have our beautiful, lovely highlights, face frame highlights. I love them. Maybe we could do a little more next time. So I'm not really sure because, you know, we started Amy off first with just a little bit. We did Peekaboo highlights on her. So now this is her second time ever getting highlights ever. So her next time, she'll be more of a pro that, like, I feel if I did more, it'd be okay. But I always say by the third time, usually you can get perfection because you work together as a team, right? I need to like know where she's coming from. She's never had highlights before. So you always want to think, do you just give them a whole bunch and they could be in shock? So I like to work on it and make it better as, you know, time goes by to progressively grow. So we'll do more, maybe, depends. She might love this so much that we'll just keep it. And her underneath highlights, usually you do a full, like underneath highlights, I would say once every 6 months. You can really skip 2 or 3 times by just doing her face frame again the next time, which would probably be in about 3 months that I could do her whole face frame again. And if she wants more then, I could always add a couple more. But the underneath, you really don't need to do, just so you know, because the underneath is always here. And because we got all that hair, it takes a long time before you can see that it's not there anymore. And remember, you don't want to over highlight hair either. So, and she doesn't really wear her hair up too much. So I would really recommend doing the underneath maybe every 6 months. Sometimes we do it maybe every 8 months. So it depends on the process. But now we're going to do a haircut on Amy. She knows what she wants. She basically loves her length. She wants about a ½ inch off her bottom. And then we're going to layer. We're going to give her a long layered haircut, but it's still going to be to where her point is. So this is where her point is. Anyway, we want to know what's the pattern for this hair. Okay, here we go. Here's the pattern, the beach ball, guys. So I'm going to show you again how I do the beach ball and how to get beautiful layers from Amy's hair because she wants more. So I'm going to turn her around first. Now, Amy, you want a lot more layers, right?
Yeah.
Like lots more layers.
Yeah, I want some like volume up here.
Okay,
it gets
good.
really flat when it gets like really grown out. I don't like it.
Okay, so we're going shorter. We're gonna go about here. See that? Right there. Now, where's that gonna land? You look, you follow me, and it's gonna land right here. So she's gonna get layers that are gonna come down here. So that's what we want, because then it will be come up higher here. Okay, here we go. That's one, and you know, I'm going to just ever so slightly soften it if it needs it. It doesn't really need it too much. She has a beautiful body in her hair. It's usually people that don't have body that I have to do that with. Now, this is the only other thing. Beach ball, I'm in the mohawk on section number 1. I'm not gonna do this, like if I wanted more length, I'm gonna go higher, but I really don't want all that length. I want to start coming out to a 90-degree angle, like a wall. I want it to be here. I want to get all that off because I want more layers on the bottom of her hair. And now I'm going to pull this straight out, 90-degree wall. And that is her length. Okay, so, oh yeah, she'll have much more layers and she'll like it a lot better because it will be more of a, the first time I was very like, gentle because I just didn't want to, you know, she's never really did her hair for a long time, so I wanted to just kind of break her in. So now she loves it more and more and it gets better and better. Okay. Ooh. I'm just going to soften that a little bit. Point cut, point cut. And because she wants some volume. Okay, you ready? Watch your feet. I'm going to show you my notching, right? Now look at this hair. That's where her hair bends. So I'm going to go after little tiny, tiny pieces where it's really thick. Now those little hairs that I pulled out will help this hair have more volume here. It'll take the weight out of that hair. Now I'm on section number 2. I'm going to put your head in. Now I don't really need to do it down there so much because this is where she wants the height. And now I'm gonna go here. Now I'm on section number 3. I wanna show you this way. See the guide? You go into the guide, take a little piece out of that. You're always taking like square sections or rectangle sections within that beach ball. So you're taking little squares going down like a ladder. The beach ball and the ladder. Okay, now these kind of go together. Here's the beach ball, but then you're gonna go pieces down that mohawk, because that's number 1. Here's number 2, number 2, number 3, number 3. And then you'll go down each section. Now I'm on number 3, and you're doing it where the hair lives. Like you're going around her head, the head shape. And then after I'll see 2, so it's not exactly a 90-degree angle, but you know, I could pull this out and kind of see if there's any hair that I could get here to make more layers on the bottom. So it's almost a 90-degree. And I'm just texturizing because this is where she's going to want the volume. Okay, now we're on section 2 on the left side. You always finish the back first. It's just easier to tackle the back before you start doing everything else. Now I'm going to just texturize this. Okay, I'm going to turn you. Remember, we're looking for the bend, and you're just ever so slightly, little pieces, notch, notch, knots. See those little hairs? Now I'm going to this section right here, number 3. Okay. I'm gonna notch. You guys know what that looks like. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, now I'm gonna take like a ladder, the first section, check it, check it, check it. Okay, here's her ends. Looks great. Looks really, really good. Now I'm taking the next section, ladder, step number 2. Bring it all up. Check it, check it, check it. Perfect. And then I'll do the last one. Good, good, good. So good. All right, now I'm going to go over to her right side. Now this is her more angled side. All right, so this is, I need to do that jawline first. I need to do this. So this would be section, that's 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to go 4, 5, and then 6. I'm going to bring forward and do this forward. So I'm going to take this front because she wants it like by the jawline. Now listen, if I took this hair and cut it this way to her jawline, what would happen? I'd have a ledge right there. I'm taking it this way. We're going from her nose down. So her jawline, that's nice and easy. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to pull it out a little bit, pull it straight out. I'm just going to soften that. Okay, beautiful. Now I'm going to angle this next piece. I'm going to just angle it right to that. And I'm coming down. I'm just using my thumb. Okay, I'm going to put your head over. Now I'm bringing all this forward. Even the bot underneath. bringing this forward, cutting that off. That's her 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to take the other side and I'm going to go down, 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 down where her chin is. Bring the next section forward. Take your scissors in front, go down, 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 down. And now you're bringing like to the middle. Just bring this whole side and this whole side this way. You're definitely going to see more of a haircut on her this time, which is awesome. She's getting braver and braver. I love it. Okay. And she likes it wispy. She don't like it really, you know, like a straight line. So we're making it nice and soft. And I'm going to turn her head. I'm walking around because I'm making it like a round shape on the bottom. Put your head that way. Okay, and then that's all the front. Now I will do that front part. So that was your beach ball right here. That's where you started. You get your guide, and then you do 1, 2, 3, and then you finish 2 and 3 on that side. Remember, a beach ball has like white and then blue and then blue and then red and red. So that's why I like to say beach ball pattern is just very easy to follow. Now I'm going to take that piece in the middle and just see where that bang meets. It's right about there. And I'm going to soften it. Okay, now that'll be my guide for there. All right, here we go. And just remember where the ear is. You just gotta over direct that hair where the ear is so you don't have a hole. And then now I'm on number 5. There's the hair. You always look for the guide. And I'm definitely gonna put, she wants a little volume on there, so I'm going to put a little texture. Okay. Now I'm not going to bring the very front, but I'm going to take the next section from the front, from the very front, which is, let me show you. Okay, so I'm leaving her bang out. I'm taking this, and I'm just slightly blending it all. There we go. So this is the thing, because this is longer, I layered all this like to the back of her hair so she'll have volume here, but we'll make sure if she has a line coming down this way, then we're gonna have to cut this a little shorter, you know, because she wants the volume up there, but you might have to sacrifice this unless she likes this piece just here and then all this kind of separate, that it has a higher layers. All right, so we'll see. I might not have to do too much to this side because it's her lesser side, so with that angle, it kind of did it for you. And now I just want to see, do I want to do more here? Does it need more? You're always looking, using your imagination. And I want to take this spot for sure, and I am going to over direct it and really soften that a lot more because I don't want a line. I want it to be super, super soft. Okay, so this way you won't be able to really see where those layers are. So if she wants to keep that longer there, she can. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Let me see you. Okay. And now I want to take this front and just make sure it's gonna feather back. See how cute? And then I'll do like a beautiful Farrah Fawcett, Jaclyn Smith kind of blow dry. Now we're just gonna show you, right? So this is the layered haircut, but see how her peekaboo underneath looks so good. Love all those peekaboo highlights too that we did the last time. So I want you to turn to the right. Here we go. That's her nice, beautiful piece. And here's the layers. See the layers coming down? And now we're gonna go to the other side. And here we go. And I love that you can see the pattern that we used. If she wants more the next time, we could just add another piece or two, but I really am happy with the pattern too. So now I'll show you the front. Ta-da! The lovely, beautiful Amy. Go ahead, do your little... It looks so good. Do you love it?
I do. I feel like a brand new woman.
Look how beautiful. Look how cute that came out. So, patterns, right, make a difference. Listen, we could duplicate this over and over again because we made a pattern. And you just get better and better and better at it. Let's just say she wants more the next time, we'll do more. If she wants less, we do less, but we know what we did. So thank you so much for being a wonderful, amazing model.
Thank you.
Gorgeous, beautiful model. Thank you so much. And I'll spin her around. All those pretty layers. There she is. Here we go. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I so appreciate it, and I want you to know if you ever want to be a model and I'm really looking for certain things that I want to do it on, the Lisa Rinna haircut, I want to do a Meg Ryan haircut. I also want to do the wolf haircut. So if somebody knows what the wolf haircut looks like, just look it up. You'll see. It's more like, I want to say shaggy, which I would do it with a razor. So I totally show you a razor cut, but you have to fit the criteria to be a model. But email me if you're like, you know what, I really love to do it, and you have no boundaries, then you might be the one that would win it. So just email me, and Coach Kimmy here. I look forward to serving you and showing you new videos and new techniques that are with hair and mindset, right? Because mindset matters, right? So I'm also a strategic life coach. I'm not just a hairstylist and a salon owner, but I think mindset matters the most. I want you to know that everything comes from the hub. The hub is the mind, and everything else goes with it, even your beauty. You're supposed to talk nice to your hair, just saying. So I teach people how to talk nice to their hair and talk nice to themselves, and that will be it, guys. So you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next video.